In a world of fake news, we bring you up-to-the-minute factual inaccuracy and a heavy dose of moral truth. With your hosts, Kyle Mann and Ethan Nicole. This is the Babylon Bee. Fake news you can trust.
Hello, loyal listeners and first-time listeners. Second-time listeners, not so much. Don't care about you. You know, you go to a church and they have first-time parking. Mm-hmm. I've been to a church that had first time, second time, and then after that, you're on your own. But they actually call out like your first or second.
Oh, second time.
There's a first or second can park here.
Hello, deaf listeners.
Hi.
Leave people out. I'm just trying to cover all the bases.
There's probably some. If you're a deaf listener, reach out. You probably do YouTube or something.
I know. We got a guy. That guy that made music for he made a song for us. But he's deaf. Oh, no. He's not deaf. He's blind. Never mind. Sorry.
That's a different thing.
Yeah. That's
That's the other one.
That's embarrassing. That was going to be a nice call out, and then it just ruined it. Because he was like, he wanted to do soundtrack stuff. And he's like, can you explain everything that happens in the video? Anyway.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, give him a chance.
Instead of deaf. Yeah.
Okay.
Different things. Well, thanks for listening today, guys. And I don't know if you really tune into things anymore, but
tuned in.
Hey, how was your week, Ethan? This is
great.
You guys, we act like we're like buddies and we hang out all the time. This is the first time I've talked to Ethan all week.
I only see Kyle when he has to be on this microphone. That's when he's here.
We're like working on different things all the time.
You too?
No, I'm saying
both of us.
We're working on different.
That's what we
things.
do.
You do cartoons.
We don't waste our time.
Animation. Is it offensive if I call your stuff cartoons?
Okay.
Or is animation? Is that what you want to?
Okay.
Animated works of art, perhaps.
The big thing that happened this week for me was we have this old table we've had for a while. It's a giant piece of hard, heavy glass. It used to be my wife's like kitchen table. It got moved into the playroom. And it is a little, I'm kind of thankful that it broke. It like shattered into a gazillion pieces. And it had it was covered in Legos. So there's just this I'll give you the picture, but there's just this pile of broken glass and tons of Legos in the middle of our playroom floor.
And you'd rather step on the glass than the Legos, probably.
Yeah. But it was funny because when I posted it on Facebook, all the guys are saying, "Oh yeah, that's a loss." Like a lot of them are like jokingly saying, like, "Burn the house down, move somewhere else."
That's over.
But also they were saying, "Oh yeah, obviously what you do is sweep all that up and just go buy some new Legos."
Yeah.
My wife's much too frugal for that, so
Legos are freaking expensive, man.
So we picked out every single Lego.
Yeah, I would do that too,
one at a time. So yeah, you're on that team, but I would have happily swept it all. We'll go buy some more Legos. Half of them the kids don't use. They're all from different kits. Different really specific.
Because you build the set for the kids and then they immediately just tear it apart. So
yeah, Calvin doesn't understand that if you build a Lego monster truck, it's not actually as durable as a real monster truck.
Yeah, like a real live one.
So he's trying to, yeah. So yeah, that was eventful. But I'm thankful the thing didn't fall on one of the kids.
So was a kid sitting on it, or like how did it break?
I think that it sits on top of the legs, but it kind of can slide.
Yeah.
And I think that over time, nobody had noticed that it just kept sliding, and it just, Eliza was leaning into it and it just fell over finally. And
leaning tower of Legos.
So yeah, it makes you realize how dangerous that thing was.
Wow.
Bad father.
Yeah. I agree.
How's your week?
Bad father. Good. Week was good, I think.
Cool.
People ask me how my week was or my weekend, and I'm like, I don't even remember what happened.
Process.
I don't know.
Unless something really big happens, like your table shatters.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I don't even know what's going on in the news this week.
I know. It's just the same old.
Yeah.
It's funny because we wrote a bunch of articles about coronavirus and riots last year, and we had come to the point where we were doing all current event jokes for the most part. And I go, man, this sucks because we usually repost our articles a year later. And I'm like, next year we're not going to be able to repost
all
like
these
the coronavirus
things,
jokes or the looting jokes because that's just happening. I'm like, oh, great, we get to repost them.
Yeah, it's all.
And there's still lockdowns and there's still looting. So I'm thankful for that kind of.
Grateful.
We're very grateful for the looters. Hey, we want to mention that next Tuesday we have an interview with comedian John Branyan, who was hilarious. One of the best guests we've ever had.
Yeah, Kyle wasn't there.
I wasn't there, so I don't know how it went, but I assume it was good.
We interviewed him back when my leg was at its worst. I had horrible blood clot in my leg, so I had to sit on that side with my leg raised. Dan filled in for Kyle. It was definitely a different experience.
Yeah. How'd Dan do?
He did great.
Did he?
He was great, yeah. Okay. It's Dan.
Scale 1 to 10, you want to give him a...
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
Yeah,
you were on painkillers and stuff.
Yeah, I was. It really is a blur. I was on like heavy painkillers, like taking the exact amount they said I could legally take without dying. And so yeah, it's all a blur, but I remember it pretty good. We talked a lot about comedy, jokes, how, using them as a weapon. Laughter.
Funniness.
Yeah. And
humor.
Philosophizing about humor.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Watch it. Tuesday.
Check it out.
Yeah.
This tells me to push merch. And
push merch.
Hey, buy merch. And subscribe to the Bee. Subscribe to the Bee. Oh, we recorded some funny little commercials. Hopefully they're funny anyway. You can't call your own stuff funny. We recorded some commercials that hopefully you'll find funny.
They're cute.
Check them out. We'll play them for you.
Hi, my name is Kyle Mann, and I'm the editor-in-chief of the Babylon Bee. There's been some confusion over the past few years as to whether we are satire or fake news. Snopes, the fact-checking website, seems to think we deliberately trick people, and I'm here to set the record straight. We are fake news, and Snopes never gets anything wrong. So don't ever subscribe to the Babylon Bee. That would be irresponsible.
All right, we got it.
Oh, please, Mr. Snopes, please let me go. I have a wife and kids. I don't deserve this.
Whatever.
Please don't subscribe to the Babylon Bee.
And go to the store and buy all our...
Yeah.
We got shirts and mugs and prints. We got the AR-15 print.
Yes. I wanted to mention specifically the podcast shirt that we have.
Yeah, do you guys
If
know
you're a
we
fan
have a
of the
podcast
podcast,
shirt?
it says, I flower bed. I was going to wear it and I forgot. I flower bedding. Just Photoshop. Can we green screen it? I flower bedding love the Babylon Bee.
Yeah.
So.
Inside joke. So whenever you wear it, you have to explain it to everybody.
You go, oh, so there's this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, you got to back up. You go, so there's a satire site called the Babylon Bee that launched a podcast. And it's a Christian site, so they don't cuss. And then they put, so you can do that every time you check out at Stater Brothers. If you're not in Southern California, you don't know what Stater Brothers is. But, hey, we have subscriber dares today.
This is Subscriber Dare.
We want to wish a happy birthday to Kristen Bolger.
Because she's asked us to, and we'll subscribe if we do.
Yeah, no relation to Fatty Bolger, Lord of the Rings.
I thought that was like an old mobster or something.
Fatty, it does sound like an
Dick
old
Tracy
mobster
character.
And she listens to us while running.
Wow, I should do that.
Yeah. And her birthday's on the 17th, April. Oh, so that'll be like the day after this comes out. Yeah.
Cool.
Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday, Kristen.
I hope you're running really fast right now.
Yeah, run fast. Got to go fast.
Yeah, don't
Kristen.
trip though. Don't run too fast.
Wait, so she's probably listening to this while she's running.
Right.
Now. Go, Kristen. Go.
Do it.
Don't give up.
Feet don't fail me now.
Oh, watch out. There's a curb.
Yeah, watch out. Okay, watch. Look around.
Wait, look
Be
both
aware
ways.
of
Look
your
both ways.
surroundings.
Ow. Oh, she made it.
Don't trip. Don't trip. Don't trip. Don't trip. Don't trip.
Left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg. So this one we'll have to do, I guess, in the weird news section, unless you want me to just do it.
Yeah, it says if Kyle will read a Guinness record or a stuff that's good in his Kermit the Frog voice.
Well, don't I do that anyway?
Yeah, isn't it just naturally a Kermit the Frog voice?
And you have a better Kermit the Frog voice than I do, so why would they want that? But whatever.
I'm a diehard Muppets fan. I grew up loving the Muppets. So.
The people demand it. So Olivia Awesome, apparently her last name is actually Awesome, according to this.
Really?
I don't know if she made that up.
Okay.
AWSUMB.
Oh, this is the UMB. Awesome.
Awesome.
It's like awesome with...
And she says it is pronounced
dumb.
awesome. So it's like awesome but dumb?
It's like awesome mixed with dumb. You don't pick your last name. My last name's a girl name.
Yeah, sad. So once we get to a Guinness record, I'll do it in a Kermit the Frog voice.
Okay, are we doing stuff that's good?
Oh, it says stuff that's good or Guinness record?
Are you going to talk about?
Yeah, do that.
A delicious beverage.
Let's do some stuff that's good.
But now, this week's edition of Stuff That's Good.
All right, so I like this drink. It's called hop tea, and it's like
Excuse me, but Kermit the Frog talks nothing like that.
Wait, do it again. I gotta hear it.
It's too nasally.
It's too nasally.
No,
No,
you sound like an alien.
see, I can't do Kermit the Frog. Yeah. Well, anyway, this is my hop tea, and
You like that?
it's Ethan's worst nightmare.
It is.
It's
It's all the worst things that could
it's
be in a
like,
beer taken out and put in a drink and all the good stuff gone.
It tastes like an IPA, but it doesn't have any alcohol in it, and it's got no calories or sugar. So it's all the good stuff of beer taken out, and just
So it's just really bitter.
it's like, well, sometimes I want to go and mow the lawn, and it's like 10 a.m. on a Saturday.
So
I'm just doing like Jordan Peterson now. I don't know.
you mow the lawn and you want to drink something that tastes like
Yeah, but you
the
don't want to
lawn.
get all. Yeah, like the lawn, exactly.
it tastes like juiced grass.
If you're raking up pine needles, and you don't want to, and you want to taste them,
Okay,
I like it a lot. So
cool.
yeah, what do you?
Sounds horrible.
Yeah,
I saw this documentary and actually got sent a copy, and they even sent me some cigars. So I'm always begging people to send me stuff. It's called Hand Rolled. It's about cigars.
sounds horrible.
It's a great documentary about everything from the origin and all the stuff that goes on in the countries where they're made, why the culture around what this culture around cigars is like, the whole process of making them, and the effect that the cigar industry has on the countries where they're at, like the areas where cigars are made, or like they provide school and housing and all this stuff. Anyway, I think it'd be a great thing to do if you are the wife of a man who smokes cigars and he loves his cigars. You should watch this movie and he'd be like, "Wow, thank you for
And if your name
understanding."
is Jess or
Anything
that
I don't
rhymes
care
with-
so much, but it's good. It's cool. It's really good. It was really well done, and
sounds terrible.
recommend it
Sounds awful.
if you're interested in that. Going deep on your understanding of that cigar.
Sounds like the worst thing ever.
How dare you?
Let's do some weird news.
This has been Stuff That's Good.
This news is weird.
It's delicious hop tea.
I always hate we love to do that.
Every time. Groom's mom discovers bride as her long lost daughter on wedding day.
So
Wait, I need to work through this. The woman's
groom's mom. So the woman's son is getting married to, and she finds out it's a brother and sister getting married.
Wait. Oh, that's not good.
But it sounds like a plot point in a movie. Like they're like I don't know if it's like on the wedding day, she noticed a birthmark on her hand. She's like, that looks like my long lost daughter's birthmark.
And then the parents revealed they had found a baby girl by the roadside and brought her up as their own daughter.
That's the daughter that I left by the road in an accident.
And the wedding went on.
But there's a great twist because the son, was adopted.
So they could still
They're in
get
the
married.
clear. Yeah.
That's like the twist at
No
the end
biology,
of the movie.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I wonder if anybody's got the film rights.
Wow.
So yeah, this was in China. Yeah.
All right. Well, cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
2 men arrested in India for using monkeys to steal cash from unsuspecting victims. Okay, so I was trying to understand this. 2 men were arrested over the weekend after a man complained to officers that 3 men carrying monkeys had surrounded and robbed him of 6,000 rupees, or $80. He says when the victim was sitting in an auto rickshaw, which is like kind of like a small car mixed with a bike,
Yeah.
the men entered the vehicle and asked one monkey to sit on the front seat and another at the back. You monkey, front seat. You monkey, back seat. I don't understand. And then he just says they took the money that he had in his wallet and fled with the monkeys. So the monkeys didn't seem really involved in the stealing. He just had them sit in the seats.
They were like comfort monkeys or emotional support monkeys. They just came along. They're just
I'm a normal thief, just like any other thief. I just happen to have monkeys.
having monkeys. There's nothing weird about it.
They're going to sit in the front seat, back seat, and let's just get on with the robbery like normal. Let's not make a big deal about the monkeys. I don't want them to end up in monkey jail. And then, of course, they do go to monkey jail.
I just want to be a regular criminal like everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't want my monkeys to define me.
But I just don't function well without monkeys.
Gotta have the monkeys.
Yeah. They're like a monkey on my back. Hey.
It's the monkey. Yeah.
I never got that saying. Is that a real thing where someone's got a monkey on their back?
I don't know where. I don't know the etymology of that, but
Like, man. Like, because usually it's a real thing that we'll have to look that up. Somebody in the hey, comments. Tell us about that. Where did the monkey on the back saying come from?
pull that up, Jamie. All right.
Okay.
Please.
So the monkeys did go to a monkey prison or animal rescue center.
Oh, stories of Sinbad.
Oh,
Sinbad. Not the comedian, the pirate.
not the comedian.
Applied to a drug addiction, particularly heroin.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, it's a drug addiction, but I'm trying. Were there people that were actually addicted to having monkeys on their back at one point?
I don't think so.
I need it. I need that little macaque.
There's somebody
Macaque in my back. All right, sorry. Let's get off the monkeys. Sorry.
Police bust mattress factory using discarded masks instead of cotton to fill their mattresses.
That's so gross.
This happened in India, which I probably would have guessed, but
Were monkeys involved?
so yeah, that would have been one of my top 5 guesses. Busted a factory making mattresses using discarded masks instead of cotton.
Well, they're made of cotton. Are they made of cotton?
Instead of cotton,
It's innovative.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
They're shoving old used masks.
dude, it's recycling, man.
It is recycling. It's repurposing.
Yeah,
Maybe they're washed. If they're washed, that's fine, right?
maybe.
Well, gross though. The police raided the factory and seized piles of discarded face masks. Hopefully they had gloves on. And also found a mattress being stuffed with used masks. Wow.
This could be a new MyPillow thing. Special MyPillow. I don't know what the pitch is there, but
My germs.
yeah.
Cat rescued after 18 days stuck in Arkansas tree.
Jeez.
So it sounds like these people were just trying to get their cat Sparkles out of this tree. And everybody just kept being like, it'll come down. Don't worry about it. So they tried like all these organizations, you know, firefighters, police, everybody. Finally, after like 18 days, this group called Angels for Animals arrived and they contacted a tree trimmer who was in town for a job. And he got the cat down.
Good job, tree trimmer.
Maybe the cat didn't want to come down. I don't know what it was doing up there.
I thought that was going to end differently when you said tree trimmer. Like he's just going to come and just like, we got him down.
Hey, while you're up there, can you throw that cat down here?
Co-founder of BLM just bought a $1.4 million LA compound in a rich, largely white neighborhood. I read that the neighborhood had a black population of like 1%.
Wow. So is this the one, like, you know, like, because Black Lives Matter used to have like on their site, like all this stuff about super Marxist.
Dismantle the nuclear family.
Yeah. Is this the same person?
It's the same organization, yeah.
Yeah, but founder.
Yeah.
So she's one
of the founders, yeah.
And this is the thing I thought was crazy here is like, oh wow, it's really paying off for her. But no, this is like her 4th property. That's what I read somewhere on here.
Yeah, she's invested in like 4 pretty nice homes across the country, and she's looking for a place in the Bahamas now.
Oh.
So that's cool.
Well, it's working out.
How's Bernie Sanders feeling about this?
Yeah, it's one house is too many.
What he's got 3?
Yeah, there. It's the last line. It's her 4th home, and she's looking to place the Bahamas.
Perfectly normal to have 3 houses.
Yeah,
But as soon as you have 4 houses,
pushing it. David Hogg drops pillow venture he launched during spat with Mike Lindell. Man, that was fast. He just dropped it.
shocking, absolutely.
If you'd follow the David Hogg pillow adventure, it's a blast.
It's pretty like it's in its own little world. If you weren't on Twitter during this time, you don't really know much about it. But when he was this kid that got into Harvard because he was at a school shooting or something, and he's trying to launch this pillow company on Twitter, and he's like
to own Mike Lindell,
and he's basically using his Twitter as Google search. So he's going like, does anybody know where to build pillow
Ask
factory?
Jeeves. Yeah.
What is pillow made of? He's just like typing all this stuff into this huge Twitter thread. And it's so beautiful.
What's a better pillow than the My Pillow? How could I make that? Since I've committed to making a pillow now.
And they hired like a diversity board, and
because it's going to be
that's the first thing you do when you start
pillow.
a business is
It really wouldn't matter. It seems like on his philosophy, if the pillow was comfortable, the comfort would come from your feelings that you were doing a good thing by laying on this scrap of things stuffed full of used face masks or whatever it is. And you're just like, the activists, everything's getting funded. It's good.
You can sleep easy at night.
The founder of BLM got a bunch of money for Bahamas House. It's good.
Yeah.
It's your turn?
I don't know.
I think so.
So this is maybe my favorite story, even though we've had a few good ones. Steakum takes out Neil deGrasse Tyson at the knees. Do I have to read that?
That's a not the B headline.
Oh, yeah, it reads like a not the B headline.
Yeah.
So Steakum is a company that does little like sliced steaks that you put on Philly cheesesteaks. It's like packaged steaks at the grocery store.
All right.
And just randomly out of the blue, they like quote tweeted, replied to a Neil deGrasse Tyson tweet where he said like science is true or something.
Yeah.
And they started like doing this nuanced argument about epistemology. So now there's a steak brand arguing with Neil deGrasse Tyson on Twitter.
Yeah.
So he goes,
he says, what they say? Like first they said like LOL, like log off bro or something like that.
he goes, the good thing about science is that it's true, whether or not you believe in it. Which is a dumb thing to say about science, because that's not what science is. So they reply, so they quote tweet him and say, log off, bro.
Yeah. It's the official account with the blue check and everything. Log off, bro.
And then Steakum goes, the irony of Neil's tweet is that by framing science itself as true, he's influencing people to be more skeptical of it in a time of unprecedented misinformation. Science is an ever-refining process to find truth, not a dogma. No matter his intent, this message isn't helpful. Science itself isn't true. It's a constantly refining process used to uncover truths based in material reality, and that process is still full of mistakes. Neil just posts ridiculous sound bites like this. Yeah, mistakes. Yeah, with the steak.
It's good.
Neil just posts ridiculous sound bites like this for clout, and he has no respect for epistemology.
It does feel as if Dan Coates took over Steakum.
It's just beautiful.
Side gig. Yeah, I want to. Everybody should follow Steakums now.
I agree with the corporate brand account for once. I'm going to go buy Steakum.
I'm just reading it now.
Neil deGrasse Tyson
because they just keep going and going.
By a steak. By Thin Sliced Steak Products.
Oh, and Steakums has replied to him in the past.
Yeah, I guess they do this. Like they go and argue with people on Twitter.
Well, no, like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Right.
He goes, mind blown yet today? How about the 13 letters of 11 plus 2 when rearranged also spells 12 plus 1? Steakum. Who cares?
Today's episode is brought to you by Steakum.
Steakum, yeah, if you'd like to be a...
epistemologically correct steak on the market.
Steakum just broke my iPad.
Hey, a Chicago car thief participated in a Zoom court hearing for stealing a car. And he did so from inside another car that he stole. As the Zoom hearing was going on, police pulled up behind the BMW to investigate a report that it was stolen. They walked up to the car and they realized that this guy was appearing in court via his phone for another stolen car.
I love it. So the judge is like, this is a quote from the judge. Are you telling me that when the police approached the defendant, he was in the middle of a Zoom court hearing? And apparently the lawyer who was defending him tried to claim that his client, he tried to keep defending him, tried to claim his client had no idea he was sitting in yet another stolen car.
Your Honor.
The guy's confused.
Yeah, you didn't know.
It's a white I don't know, what's a really common car? I mean, have you ever sat in the
Prius.
Have you ever opened the door of a car that wasn't yours?
Yes, I have. I got in a car
so jarring.
at the gas
You
station.
sit in it?
Dude,
Gas station?
So we had a Nissan Versa. We
I
parked
mean, I
it.
understand Target or something, but gas
Check
station?
this out.
Okay.
Nissan Versa. We park at the pump. And I leave my family in the car. I walk in and I pay. And I walk out and I get in another car that's being fueled up. And there's a whole different family. And I'm like, oh, sorry.
Just trade families.
Yeah.
It's a reality show.
So I'm saying the lawyer could have been correct here. It's
Yeah.
a legit defense.
Possible. And I've just done where you like sit inside and they're like, that's not my air freshener.
Yeah.
Those aren't my pants. Like, I'm just like, there's all this stuff in there.
These aren't my children. That was mine.
That was yours. Yeah. You win on that one.
I wasn't trying to beat you, but
Yeah. And so everything's a competition.
Everything's
with
a
me.
competition.
Very competitive.
yeah.
The Pentagon has developed a microchip that goes under your skin and can detect COVID-19 before symptoms arise. There's also a filter that extracts the virus from your body, but don't worry at all because this is all fine.
No, fine. It's good. So personally, I'm going to stop listening to the experts and the scientists. I'm
Done.
going to tune into the fringe crazy.
Stake 'em.
Like, I'm going to start listening to stake 'em. I'm going to listen to conspiracy theorists now.
They got to be just sitting there like,
Told you. I mean,
I've been saying,
trying to tell you.
I've been saying. I mean, this is like one thing after another lately. I was like, I don't even know what to say.
Vaccine passports, that's a myth, a conspiracy
Yeah.
theory. And then a couple months later, yeah, they're right. So,
Yeah, they said it's like a check engine light for your
that's
body.
nice. Does
See?
it pop
That's
up on your
all.
eye like your vision? You ding. You need an update. Can they patch it? Can they send you an update through?
And what else can they
Wi-Fi?
find out? What you're thinking?
I'm gonna just listen to Alex Jones from now on.
His batting record's going up.
Yeah. As soon as we find out that they turned the frogs gay, he'll be batting 1,000. Yeah.
I'm sure they're gay now.
An Idaho man stacked 34 bars of wet soap for a Guinness World Record.
They were wet though.
Yeah.
That's hard to even hold on to a bar of wet soap, let alone stack 34 of them.
Dave, get this, guys. This is crazy. David Rush said he had to grow out his fingernails so he could get a secure enough grip
Oh,
to take on the record for most bars of wet soap stacked in 1 minute.
You're like, dude, your fingernails are nasty. He's like, I got to stack wet soap for Guinness. That's the thing I'm doing.
Dude, he had previously set the record at 30 bars of soap, but it was taken by someone who stacked 32 bars, and he recaptured his title with 34 bars of soap stacked. Wow, this is so cool and
Where his
weird.
fingernails so long he like could stab through all the bars like shish kebab. Do you think he smashed them until they got stuck? I don't know. I'm curious. I recognize that name, David. I think that he's done other records we've read. I think this guy just does lots of records.
That's highly likely.
It sounds familiar. David Rush.
Oh, I just removed it on accident. David Rush.
David Rush.
Yeah, he's the guy who does. He promotes STEM education.
That's right. STEM education. That's the guy.
He got world's fastest juggler. Dude, he's got a whole website. He's so proud of his slippery stack.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay.
Slippery
There's a picture.
stack.
My slippery stack.
My slippery stack. I don't know. Fastest frisbee relay team he got. Good job. Catching caramel corn. Did we read that? We might have read
He
that
just
one.
needs to make his own book.
Passing a giant ball record.
He has found his meaning. And STEM research thanks him.
He caught 215 dice in 30 seconds while blindfolded.
Well, we've missed a lot.
Why? This is the guy whose wife helped him put on shirts, remember?
Oh, yeah. The shirts guy.
Put on 50 shirts in a minute.
Kyle hates David Rush.
This is the worst day ever. Let's go. Let's move on. We're
Okay.
moving on. The news has been weird this week.
It has been. As it often is.
Well, guys, we're going to move on to it. We're funny on this podcast sometimes, hopefully, but we're going to move on to a serious topic: secret racism.
Yes. Secret.
Right now, you listening to this podcast may be thinking, I don't judge people based on the color of their skin. I don't have any prejudices. You are a prime candidate for being a secret racist. And it's something we need to raise awareness about.
It's time to blow the lid off this racism.
Yeah. And really
make it public.
Yeah. Secret racism is at least 3 times worse, 3 times as bad as regular racism.
Outward open racism?
Yeah. It's below the surface, simmering like a stew in a crock pot. But you need to check yourself and educate yourself and do better. So check out these 10 signs of secret racism and see if you match up with any of them.
Okay.
You ready?
So it's just like racists do this. If they do this, then if you do it,
this is a sign of being a secret racist.
Okay. So no.
Okay. Number 1, you breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide.
Okay.
Do you know who else did that? Do you know?
Yeah, I know a lot of people. But you can be specific.
Adolf Hitler.
Okay. Do we know that? Also Donald Trump.
Are you questioning my epistemology? What are you, Steakums?
Also, you might, if you have feet.
Oh, yeah.
So all the people without feet are off the hook.
That don't have feet?
Well, if you don't have feet and breathe.
Right. But yeah, 99.9% of racists all have this in common.
So there might be some
Feet.
footless,
Yeah.
stumpy
Well, it's
racists
just-
that are stumping around.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3, if you say, I am not a racist.
Right. The most racist thing you can say is, I am not racist.
Yeah, what do
The
you...
most non-racist thing you can say is, I'm racist.
it's true. Yeah, if you say, I'm not a racist, that's exactly what a racist would say.
Right. But so if you're, the best thing you can do is say, I am racist, but way less racist than everyone else.
I'm racist, but at least I admit it.
Yeah, but like as far as percentage of racism, I'm the tiniest sliver of racist.
Yeah. Because you have awoken to the fact that you are racist.
Right.
Yeah.
Number 4, you judge people not by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. It's disgusting.
Yeah, you're far right.
A lot of far right people shared that view.
Yeah,
I don't even know
throughout history.
where that comes from. It's really
Yeah, it might have been Hitler that came up with that. I don't remember. Number 5, you like vanilla ice cream. Seriously?
who likes vanilla ice cream?
Racists? Yeah, vanilla does seem like I guess I'll have vanilla. Or it's like always a side for something
I
else.
just find it weird when someone orders vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Like I understand getting it on a slice of pie or something.
Yeah, it's always with
or in
something.
a root beer float.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just eating a bowl of vanilla ice cream, that's like a weird thing.
Yeah.
That's like something like my wife would do. Like she'd get like calorie-free vanilla ice cream. Like, do you understand what desserts are? Like why we eat them? Why miserably eating dessert? It's like
off the
white
rails.
water.
This went off the rails.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. Oh, is it my turn?
I don't know.
Number 6. You've never accosted a random black man on the street to shine his shoes. What?
If you've never done that. So you
I've
don't
never
do that?
done that, no.
I mean, I'm not saying you're a secret racist, but
Is this a real thing someone's done?
this was the Chick-fil-A guy told us to do this.
Oh, yeah.
The Chick-fil-A CEO told us to do this.
It wasn't on the street, but yeah, he did accost the man on stage, I think.
He said that, well, I think he was saying this as an example. This is what we have to do.
Yeah, you got to shine these shoes up.
Shine the shoes.
Weird.
Excuse me, sir.
Do people even wear shineable shoes?
Yeah.
I feel like the shoes that
Yeah, shine my Vans slip-ons,
Yeah.
please. I don't know how that works.
shine my flip-flops.
Number 7, if you believe that 2 + 2 = 4, you might
Right.
be a secret racist. A belief in objectivity, critical thinking, controversial far-right ideas like the 2 + 2 = 4 is telltale sign. Telltale. It tells the tale.
The tale is told.
The tale has been told, sir.
Right. Nobody lives happily ever after in that tale.
No. No, they don't.
Number 8, you smile pleasantly and say hello to people of color. Can you even say people of color now? Is that
BIPOC is the new one.
to people of BIPOC?
No, you just...
That sounds like a rap group. This may look friendly and not racist on the surface, but what's actually happening here is that you're presuming to enter black and brown genderqueer spaces without first dismantling your own inward supremacy. This feels like all things you actually can say, okay, like if you're like a race studies person in a college, but if you say this like us saying it,
Yeah, it's like super racist.
we were just trying to get canceled right now.
Number 9, if you don't capitalize bold, and underline the word black every time you say it.
I think we need to take it a step further and also italicize.
Oh, are you calling me out right now? Hey, I really appreciate you calling me out on that, man.
Yeah.
And we're all trying to
We
do
ought
better.
to do better, yeah. Capitalize, italicize, bold, and add at least 4 exclamation points.
Yes. And the word white must be written in Comic Sans.
Right. The word white. All lowercase Common Sans.
Comic Sans.
Preferably in like a baby blue color or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Finally, the last sign of telltale.
You
racism.
exist.
Yeah.
That's also telltale. Well, we've all got work to do.
Yeah. Looks like you got some thinking to do, buddy.
All right. I'm glad we saw,
Solved.
no longer secret. It's out in the open now.
Yes.
So the things in the shadows will be revealed. Now are we going to go on to
Yeah.
the most bizarre companies that have gone woke?
Yep.
Let's do that.
So there's some companies that go woke. I don't even know what that means really, but they start posting about like social justice issues and culture war stuff from a leftist perspective. I guess that's going woke. And sometimes it makes sense. It's like that company's kind of in that space where you expect that.
Like what's an example of that?
Nothing that comes to mind.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Well, like organic hop tea might make sense. Something some hipster would have.
And what they're like, we use organic hop.
Okay, like kombucha.
We don't kill any.
Locally sourced kombucha place from Portland. I would be like, they're probably
Okay, yeah. Or like tofu, and we make sure no field mice are killed in the process.
Yeah, okay, well, that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
But not like.
But so what's some examples of ones that don't make sense when they go woke?
Well, pretty much anytime Ben and Jerry's, their ice cream. So they called to dismantle the police.
So Ben and Jerry's posted, the system can't be reformed, it must be dismantled. And a real system of public safety, rebuilt from the ground up. Hashtag defund the police. Thanks, ice cream brand. Appreciate your opinion.
I mean, Oreo's done a ton.
For that. What was my favorite was the Oreo one.
Trans people exist. Is that it?
It's like the meme, like no one. Absolutely no one. Cookie brand. Trans people exist. Like whoever came up with that was feeling so good about themselves tweeting this from the Oreo account.
How do we get more people to eat cookies?
I've got it.
Yeah, no, you see the commercials. We'll do it at the cigar shop. We watch them, look on the TV, and all of a sudden, this like whole narrative's playing out. There's like a black guy, and then like this family, and all these people of different races come together, and like it's super emotional. And the dad's hugging and crying because like his gay son, and like, what's it gonna be? Who's gonna be? And then, like it's like State Farm. Could not have guessed.
It's almost like they just record a stock commercial and then they just sell it to any company. And just
there probably is a company that does that.
It just does it. It just records these social justice things.
We should try to do that.
We should make one and try to get a company to buy it.
Yeah.
Subway. Eat fresh. So this one's near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
Wizards of the Coast publishing Dungeons and Dragons.
Wizards of the Coast. That sounds like some kind of wizard surfing group. To guys with pointy hats and beards. Hang 10. Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know what to say. Wizards of the Coast not the surfing group, but the board game and RPG publishing company owned by Hasbro, has recently gone into the woke thing, as a lot of nerdery stuff has done, like comics and video games and such. So one of the things that they did recently was to eliminate alignment blocks eliminate alignments in the stat blocks for monsters. Can you believe that?
I don't know what that means at all.
Is that incredible?
Alignment of stat blocks?
So basically, anytime there was a monster in the monsters guide, it would say like evil or good or whatever. So you would know at a glance. You can, if this creature appears and you're running the game, you can go, oh, he's bad.
He's a bad guy.
They took those out because they didn't want people to. So the logic on this is actually really racist, because the liberals are like, orcs are based on black people.
Huh?
Like they make this connection that the race of like orcs and goblins is based on racist stereotypes of black people.
Okay.
But they're the only ones making that connection. And then they go, well, we can't call orcs evil because that's offensive to black people. And then you're like, oh no, you can't, like, don't do that. That's much more racist.
Is there any bad guys now in D&D?
Well, basically, no. In these new adventures, if you look at the NPC blocks and the stat blocks for the monsters, it just says they're whatever you want.
Okay.
Just this like giant wolf with mutant heads.
Maybe
that's
it's
about
the
to rip your
content
face
of
off.
their character.
Yeah. So D&D released a statement. Throughout the 50-year history of D&D, some of the peoples in the game, like orcs, have been characterized as monstrous and evil, using descriptions that are painfully reminiscent of how real-world ethnic groups have been and continue to be denigrated. So they're making this connection that nobody's playing the game going, hey, I want to kill some orcs because they're like black people. They have made these connections.
There's probably somebody, but yeah.
There's like one guy, maybe.
Yeah. He has no feet.
Anyway, I could go on and rant about it for a long time.
Yeah,
but
you could.
Yeah.
Well, Burger King created meals with emotions to raise awareness about mental illness. Meals with emotions?
Oh, it was a response to the Happy Meals. They came like, well, what about people that aren't? What about depressed meals?
Cranky meal.
Yeah. I gotta find a
I would order a cranky meal.
Hungry? It's just hungry, man.
Triggered meal.
So Burger King created real meals for more complicated emotions.
I can't even think of what are they? Yeah.
Porpoises.
Meal?
What? There's a
Porpoises.
I don't know this show. Salty meal?
That's real?
Yeah.
So they put a bunch of salt all over it?
DGAF meal? I have no idea what DGAF stands for.
Don't go... I don't know.
Assaulting fries?
Don't give a F.
I knew what it meant. Did you not know?
I didn't know. I figured it out.
I was making a joke. So McDonald's flipped its arches upside down as a statement to honor women, because men.
Get it? It's a W.
Women.
Yeah.
I love that. All of these, I love picturing the ad guy who's pitching this. He's like staring at the arches. Oh, I got it.
You're like, there's only one problem. We're now called McDonald's.
It feels like one of those things like where there'd be a puddle on the ground that's reflecting the M, and he's looking down on it, and he goes, I've got it.
It's like in Trolls 2 when he saw either in the town of Nilbog, and then he sees it in the rearview mirror. He's like, Nilbog is goblin spelled backwards.
Red rum is, yeah.
It takes him like 30 minutes into the movie to figure it out. Salesforce bans some gun retailers from using their software. I don't know what Salesforce is.
Salesforce?
Some kind of software.
It's a software that gun retailers can't use anymore.
Only certain gun retailers.
Yeah. Microsoft's AI will now suggest gender inclusive language. I think this was like in the autocorrect and the all the stuff in their like word processing programs.
So you try to like write he and then it autocorrects to it or something.
Yeah. Zer. Well.
Twitter bans pronouns that refer to trans people's biological sex.
Oh, well, we know this one. If you can't like dead name or
no dead name. Yeah.
This one's
is this real?
Yeah, Electronic Arts video game. I think this was Battlefield 5, if I remember right. Features disabled women fighting in World War II. It's actually really
like in a wheelchair. There's like 50.
She's got a prosthetic arm.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't that be after the war? Can you even get can you even get in if you got a missing arm? Like you try to sign up, they're like, you're missing an arm. Like you can't even get in if you have like light asthma. Missing limbs. Sign me up.
We need more obese soldiers.
Yeah.
In video game. I think it might have been the same game, but you could like really customize your character, and they made a big deal about it, where you could be like a black woman, but you're like a Nazi, which is like you could be a black woman Nazi, and they're like, look at all this inclusion. We have a black woman soldier, and you're like, well, she's a Nazi. Like what?
Did you see Dove made all these different bottles that are supposed to be different women's body types? There's like a squat fat lady one, and then a tall skinny, and there's all these different ones. But it's like,
did they really make that?
Do you want, like, if you're a skinny lady, you still want to get the fat one, right? If it's the same price. But then if you're the fat lady, you probably want to get the skinny one and kind of be like, goal. It's my goal.
This is my goal.
Goal soap.
Yeah.
Well, good job.
Good.
The world is healing.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I don't know if we got any more.
Don't want people to have to watch us read them.
So, yeah. Be less white.
Yes.
Hate mail.
I really miss Adam Ford.
All right, in this edition of Hate Mail, we have Seth Responds, which is our favorite.
Seth Responds.
Seth, our beloved CEO of the Babylon Bee, responds to hate mail often. And he's not... I'm trying to think of how to describe Seth replying to hate mails. He's like a...
Like Steakum.
He's like the Steakum of hate mail. He DGAF.
He DGAF.
He DGAF. So this is I'll read the hate mail and you can read Seth's response.
Okay.
This is an email that came into us. How does it feel to know that you all work for a company that is absolute and complete bullshit? Pathetic.
So then Seth's like, I imagine Seth's like kicked back on his like lawn chair or whatever in front of this pool. He's like, feels like cash. Because we're counting money all day. Because this bullshit is lucrative. And he puts his sunglasses back on and drinks this giant like umbrella drink.
And he goes, nailed it.
Nailed it.
And he calls over to his wife. He's like, honey, come look at this response. I totally own this guy.
Family, gather around. Look at my response to this hate mail.
We love you, Seth. All right, let's move on to our subscriber exclusive segment. I think we're going to try to actually show off all our trinkets today.
It's the trinket day.
So we're going to walk around and show you each of our lovingly rendered trinkets in our...
Yeah, we're going to explain our backdrop.
Mm-hmm. We have a mailbag. We have a bonus hate mail. We have subscriber submitted headlines and cool stories, maybe, if we can think of more.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to find out in the subscriber portion.
Until next time, everyone, cheers. And subscribe to the Babylon Bee.
Please do.
Coming up next for Babylon Bee subscribers.
Buckle up, kids, because this is where things get really freaking wild.
And this is Axe Cop's axe.
So cool.
The perfect fireman axe.
The perfect axe you found at the scene of a fire. We got the 12 rules for life printed on 2 stone tablets. It's just not sacrilegious at all.
Wondering what they'll say next? The rest of this podcast is in our super exclusive premium subscriber lounge. Go to babylonbee.com/plans for full-length ad-free podcasts. Kyle and Ethan would like to thank Seth Dillon for paying the bills, Adam Ford for creating their job, the other writers for tirelessly pitching headlines, the subscribers, and you, the listener. Until next time, this is Dave D'Andrea, the voice of the Babylon Bee.